Hello, good morning. This is Vikramaditya Ghosh. Difference between fixed effects, random effects, and finally the Hausman test implications. I want to set some expectation before you go through this presentation. Expectation number one, this only talks about the mathematical and conceptual differences between the fixed effect, random effect, and the implications of Hausman test. No software is used in this particular video. The next video will show the practical aspects, practical implications in this regard. The expectation to be set after this is as follows. This particular video is good for students studying econometrics from financial perspective. Here we have not taken any dummy variable because in financial perspective we don't use dummy variable in the panel other than some credit and fraud analytics. Since that part is not taken care in this presentation, so I thought let me be clear about that. The last expectation that I want to set that this presentation is about clearing the basics, the fundamentals, the mathematical premise before going in for the software work to actually do the test. So that is why from that perspective this video is important. So without wasting much time, let's get into work. We can see one equation here, YIT, which is equal to AI plus BXIT plus EIT. Here Y basically is the dependent variable and X is the independent variable. A is the intercept and E is the error term. Y changes along with both I or individual element and T, that is time element, where individual element, that is the cross section, is nothing but different company, different sector, different country. So each cross section layer or code represents either a country or a company or a sector, something like this. And T is the time series inside it. X, as I told you, the independent variable, and E is the error in that regression. So both of X and E also changes with two parameters, two dimensions. One is the cross-sectional dimension, that is I, element dimension, that is I, and T, that is a time dimension. The first one represents independent variable and the second one represents error term. For simplicity's sake, which I told previously also, dummy variables and other independent variables are not considered here. You can actually think of, instead of X only, you can think of X, Z, etc., etc., more independent variable, or X1, X2, X3, X4, more independent variable. I wanted to keep it simple here, so I took just one X variable. In fixed effect model, the intercept, that is A, changes as per elements. That means for each of the elements, for each of the cross section, it is one finite value, one constant value. The moment the cross section changes, the value of A changes. But it stays invariant of time. That means over a period of the time series, it does not change. It remains the same. So for cross section 2, suppose the value of A is 3.2, then that 3.2 will be constant for the entire time series under consideration. That is called time invariance. Okay. Again, in fixed effect model or FE model, E, that is error, does not change in a stochastic fashion. It changes in a comparable fashion. What is stochastic fashion and what is comparable fashion? Stochastic fashion means extreme random movement with some kind of probability aspect attached. Suppose 70% chance of going in the north direction with 15% high in magnitude, and 30% of probability of going southward direction with 20% magnitude. That kind of movement is called stochastic. Random movement, extreme movement, which cannot be traced, cannot be tracked, there is no pattern, that is called stochastic. Assumption of fixed effect is individual specific effects are correlated with independent variables. Distribution are all normal with zero mean, which basically indicates homoscedasticity. So you can see the previous videos of mine. Homoscedasticity and heteroscedasticity is covered in detail over there. Coming back to random effect model, A, that is the intercept, is common for all cross sections. In fact, it is the mean of all the cross sectional A's. Suppose there are 4 cross sections, so there will be one A1, A2, A3, A4. So the final A that is used in random effect model is nothing but a mean of A1, A2, A3, A4. In random effect model, the error changes in a stochastic fashion. So error is rapidly changing, so the error matrix, the variance matrix becomes very complex and very big, and the error changes in a drastic fashion. Assumption of random effect is individual specific effects are not correlated with independent variables. This is opposite of fixed effect model. Distributions are all normal with zero mean. Again, it indicates homoscedasticity. In both these cases, fixed effect and random effect, one of the major drawback you can say, or loophole you can say, is this consideration of normal distribution or Gaussian distribution and consideration of homoscedasticity at every step. In random effect, while considering mean A, one error term, which is a latent term, gets birth. It's generally called as a non-observable latent error term, and that remains unexplained. That's another loophole of the whole theory, and it's uncorrelated and cannot be explained by the explanatory variables such as x here. So there could be more explanatory variables also, but however they cannot explain this particular latent unobservable error term which stays. Mostly the error term in E, that is, which changes according to the I and the T dimensions for a given cross section. So suppose for one cross section you calculate E at a certain time and calculate E after some other time. These two observations are mostly correlated. So suppose there are 5 years of time series in each of the cross sections, and suppose you take a cross section number 3, and inside number 3 the error generated in year 1 and the error generated in year 4 are actually correlated. That is the meaning of the line. So it is extremely difficult to understand which one to choose, whether to choose fixed effect or whether to choose random effect in a time series and cross-sectional longitudinal work, which is basically named as panel data regression. So Hausman test cuts through the clutter and basically helps to choose the apt model with a condition. So what is the condition? The null hypothesis says random effect is appropriate, and the alternate hypothesis says fixed effect is appropriate. If p value or probability value is greater than 5, that is p high, obviously null will stay, so random effect will stay. But if p value is lower than 5, suppose p value is 1%, so p low means null will go and random effect goes, fixed effect is apt and it stays. So this is the difference between. So please stay tuned and watch the next video where software work is done on the same, and that video sets another expectation that no mathematical or theoretical aspect has been described in that particular video. That particular video is only for the software part, how to carry out the result in eViews software. Thank you for watching. If you like this video, then subscribe and tell the fellow econometrics students to follow this channel. Thank you very much.